In today's video, what to do when you hear terrible information.
All by myself.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Paul Ravella from ProPhysique.com, and today's video is going to be about the topic of what we do when we hear some bad information, usually in a gym setting. That's where you hear it. The worst information in the world is spoken between bros and broettes in the gym. Thank you, George Rosado. I'm stealing your broette term. And what do we do about it? It's a tricky situation. You overhear a couple people talking about how the only way to build muscle is to take in 2 grams protein per pound that you weigh. For me, that'd be 450 grams of protein per day. And if that's the only way I can build muscle, well, I'm in a lot of trouble, because that is too much protein. And how do I know that's too much protein? Because I've done it. I've made the mistakes. I was the bro in the gym. I was opening up the magazine, reading across, saying that's what I gotta do, implementing things. And so part of me, when I hear this information in the gym, because it's still there, it's still happening daily, weekly, part of me wants to jump in and be like, hey guys, this is actually not true. Here's why you don't do that. Here's why I don't do that. I suffer in silence. I went through this journey. Had I been the guy that just opened the magazine, read the article, convinced myself that this was the key to my improvements, well, guess what? If some stranger, some 42-year-old guy walked up to me, I would not have listened. There is a very small chance that I would have taken the advice from somebody in the gym as opposed to the information I was reading. So it all comes down to timing and where we find things and why we listen to them. That's why it's all about our own personal journey through this sport. Even if I would have believed someone that came and told me that you do not need 450 grams of protein to get better, to build muscle, I still might have needed to make that mistake. It's a conversation I often have with people about, you know, this is the right thing to do, but sometimes you just need the ability to make your own mistakes, go through it yourself, and learn from it. It reminds me also of, you know, competing, contest prep, dieting, and finding out that, you know what, there's a right way to do things and a wrong way to do things, but you almost need to make the mistakes of doing things the wrong way. Now, meal plans, they actually are good for contest prep because it helps you with consistency and willpower and all those benefits. But I also learned that I completely eliminated certain food groups in contest prep, and I gave myself some digestive issues. My body no longer was able to absorb nutrients because the digestive enzymes that were helping me were no longer necessary, so they stopped being produced. And it's taken me a while to correct that, right? So these are the kind of things that I'm talking about that you overhear in the gym about, well, the only way to build muscle is 5 sets of 5. You know, you never want to see your knees go past your toes in the gym. You never want to train a body part more than once a week. All these myths that we hear are based in reality around one thing. At some time, they may be true. It may be true for beginners that training more than once a week is overtraining. You don't need a lot of stimulus when you're a beginner to train. But the information never is black and white, and that's the biggest thing, and that's why I never interrupt someone. That's why if I see someone doing a lift in the gym with bad form, I never correct them. I never offer advice to them because I don't know what their background is, and in my mind they might be doing something intentionally wrong for a reason. If you're not familiar with every sport and every exercise in the world, you might not be familiar with why people are doing things. However, the only time I will help someone is if they come to me and ask a question. If they see me or know me and they say, hey, can I ask you a question? That's when I'll more than be happy to offer my advice, okay? But when you put yourself into someone else's life without being asked, it's generally never going to go well, okay? They already have their beliefs and opinions. You're not going to change people's beliefs and opinions in most cases. They already have formed them through their experiences or something they read or someone that they have more faith in than you. Otherwise, they would have asked you. So, what do you do when you overhear some advice in the gym that's less than optimal? Do you jump in? Do you say something? And I'm not saying I've never done it. I've tried it. I've tried to be the voice of reason. A couple things happen. A, they don't want to hear it. B, they get mad because maybe they are a personal trainer or they are a coach or they are doing something that they believe to be right. C, now this person is going to stop you every time they see you in the gym and ask you another question and another question. And one thing about the gym for me is it's my own personal private time that I really enjoy to go in, get my work done, and get out. It's almost, it's almost like meditation for me. I don't meditate every day, but for me the gym is like clear my mind, get the physique going, blood pumping, it just kind of resets me, recalibrates me for the day. And so, I made a post on Instagram about some of the bad advice I've heard, and this was just my thoughts. So, I'm curious, what do you guys do when you hear some bad information in the gym? Comments below, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.
All by myself.